So you're thinking about moving to Southern California. We're going to talk today about the differences between moving to San Diego or moving to LA. We're going to talk about cost of living. We're going to talk about weather. And we're going to talk about who has the better breweries. So stay tuned to the end of the video to find out.
Howdy, howdy. I'm Chris Erickson.
And I'm Cassidy Lewis.
And we are your realtors here in North County, San Diego. And this is where you come for all things North County, San Diego. We're talking neighborhoods, things to do around town, everything in between. So if you're looking for a little more info on that, be sure to subscribe. We're dropping videos here every single week. And if you're thinking about moving to San Diego, be sure to hit us up, call, text, email, whatever's easiest for you. We love helping people move out here and just really get you educated on the whole process, where you're gonna live, what you're gonna do, and everything in between. So be sure to reach out. Today, we're gonna drop through 7 different categories about living in Los Angeles versus living in San Diego. And obviously, you can see the hat here. We're a little bit biased towards San Diego. So just keep that in mind. We're gonna get into all the numbers, how dense is each place, what's the weather like, how are the breweries, what are the job markets like, and who has better travel. So let's jump into it right now. LA and San Diego, if you're looking and you're thinking, you see San Diego, California, LA, California, likely it's talking about the city. There is also LA County and San Diego County, which are both huge. So city specific, there's gonna be certain numbers. County specific, there's gonna be certain numbers. Let's jump right into the size of each one and kind of give you a little insight into the population of each city, county, and give you some numbers. So let's start with San Diego. So San Diego, city of San Diego, population's like 1.4 million, and it covers about 326 square miles. It's a real long, skinny city. It kind of goes up even into Escondido. The county has 3.3 million people and covers over 4,000 square miles. Compare that to LA. So LA City is just shy of 4 million people and 469 square miles. LA County is over 10 million people and roughly the same size, just over 4,000 square miles. So if you break down the density, which, you hear LA is super dense, it's got a lot of people in there. Well, it actually, the numbers don't lie. A lot of this density adds to a ton of more people, obviously, a lot more traffic. So the density in San Diego has 680 people per square mile, where LA has 2,100 people per square mile. So
that's part of the reason that LA is known for traffic. It's just a dense city. There's a lot of cars on the road, and the traffic it's real. So both the cities and the counties are among the biggest in the state and then the country. San Diego is in the country, against LA being the second. And then within California, LA is the biggest and San Diego is the second biggest. So let's get into cost of living. One of the most important things is housing. San Diego and LA are pretty close overall in cost of living, but housing, it's a bit different. Median home prices from realtor.com, the most recent, San Diego came in at $630,000 and LA came in at $710,000. So they're not that far off in housing costs.
And then just a broad picture of the cost of living kind of takes everything into account. So let's say we're gonna go with a number, 100 is the national average in the US. San Diego's sitting about 160.1 and LA's sitting about 173.3. So a little over 8% more for cost of living in LA. So next is gonna be jobs, San Diego versus LA. Now we live in North County, San Diego, and you'll see a lot of kind of tech startups starting to come here. Carlsbad's growing a lot. And there's a few other areas throughout San Diego that are big business centers around here. So there are a lot of jobs here. So the most recent numbers we're comparing basically 2018 to 2019 to see job growth from LA to San Diego. So San Diego's job growth from 2018 to 2019 was 1.4%. And over the last 10 years, it was 7.3% versus LA over the last 2018 to 19 period, it was through 0.7%. Within the last 10 years, it grew 12.7%. So yeah, I guess over the last 10 years, LA has had a little bit more job growth. I guess we'll see kind of what the future holds there. And then we also looked up, so Wallet Hub ranked the top cities for jobs within, I think they did 150 cities in 2020. They take into account the job market and socioeconomic rank. So in the job market category, it's more heavily weighted to that. It includes like job opportunities, job growth, starting salaries. The socioeconomic rank includes like the median annual income, commute times, transit scores, plus a ton of other different factors on there. On that most recent poll, San Diego actually ranked 29th on there versus LA ranked number 127. So that was in 2020. They did it a few months ago. So with everything happening right now, who really knows what's going to happen with the job market? We talk to a lot of people all the time who are relocating here, and a lot of their companies are allowing them to work remotely. So we'll see what the future holds in the next little bit. And so all that is subject to change.
If you're watching this and thinking about moving to Southern California, weather is probably a huge part of why you're thinking about moving. You might be coming here because you're trying to get away from snow or rain or anything to try to find our Southern California sunshine. We do have a ton of it. Both LA and San Diego do. LA tends to be a little hotter. So just some temperatures for you. Our hottest summer month is usually September. In San Diego, it's around 77 degrees is our average temperatures, versus LA in September is about 83. And for both LA and San Diego, we get absolutely no rain in September. So you don't have to worry about that at all. The coldest months for LA and San Diego tends to be February. The average for San Diego is about 66 degrees, and the average for LA is about 69 degrees. So still, San Diego tends to be a little bit cooler. San Diego averages about 4 days of rain, whilst LA averages around 5 days. So both pretty close in their colder temperatures, but it does tend to get a little bit hotter in LA. Our family goes up to Anaheim a lot to go to Disneyland. It always feels like you gain like 9 degrees when you're driving from North County, San Diego up to Anaheim. And Anaheim's not even technically in Los Angeles, but it's right on the border there. So the temperature it's noticeably warmer up in LA County.
In both LA and San Diego, during those winter cool months, it gets cool, but it's not like super cold. The averages in February for the nighttime, like the lows, is 51. So wherever you're coming from, I don't know if that's hot or cold for you, but it's actually pretty cold for us. We will kick on our heaters during the winter, during those 51 degree nights. So it does get a little chilly, a little brisk, but nothing too bad.
Yeah, we always joke that there's a 10 degree temperature window where we aren't complaining. It's like 65 to 75. So over 75, it's too hot. Under 65, it's too cold. So we're used to our very perfect weather.
On that same front as weather, we're going to talk a little bit about ocean. I surf down here in San Diego, and it's not tropical or anything, so it is fairly cold throughout the year. During the summers, we're definitely going to get some warm weeks down here in San Diego. Average during September is where we're at right now. It's kind of like the warmest month for the ocean down here is 68 degrees, and that's the same actually up in LA. So like not tropical waters. Last week, I think it got to like 75. So it was super warm. That's about the tops that it's going to get in both places. So as far as surfing, San Diego is going to be a little bit better for the north swells when you get those storms from Alaska coming down. Whereas like LA is going to be a little bit better for fall and summer during surf, just because the way the coastlines are set up, they're going to catch those south swells coming from like storms in the South Pacific. So if you are surfing, there's great spots in San Diego. There's some iconic spots up in LA like Malibu. Down here you have Swami's. There's Trestles, which is actually technically in San Diego County, but Orange County has claimed it. So plenty of surfing in both spots. A lot of beach breaks up in LA, Redondo, Manhattan, all those kind of spots.
And next on our list is sports. Unfortunately, LA pretty much has us beat in that category. San Diego, we try hard to compete against LA sports teams. Padres, make a push sometimes, but in the grand scheme of things, San Diego has San Diego Padres, San Diego Seals, which is a lacrosse team, San Diego Sockers, which is a professional soccer team, and the Gulls, which is a professional hockey team. But we are definitely not up to LA, where LA has the Rams. They stole the Chargers from us. The Dodgers, the Angels, even though they're in Anaheim, are called the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. So they're kind of LA. They have the Kings, the Lakers, the Clippers, the Sparks, LA Galaxy, LA Football Club. And pretty much if you asked anybody in LA, UCLA football and USC football are pretty much professional sports too. As a sports town, San Diego really gets around our college teams too. San Diego State is big in basketball, big in football. And then USD is a smaller private college, but they have some really good programs in basketball and other sports too. So there's our sports difference, but unfortunately that's a hard one for us to claim. Who knows in the future if we'll get a basketball team or a hockey team someday.
Any team.
or a football team or anything. But right now, LA has got us beat.
Next, we're going to get into travel. So if you're cruising, you want to go on a little mini vacation, you want to fly somewhere, all that kind of stuff. There's some great spots around both places. We're going to give you a little comparison of going to different spots around here that we have gone to or frequent or sometimes would like to go to. But we'll start off with Palm Springs. It's to the east of us. It's a nice little getaway. Super hot out there. It's in the desert, but from LA, it's like 1 hour 45, where from San Diego, it's like over 2.5. The next one's Santa Barbara, which is to the north, and it's a great there's some wine country up there. It's a really cool vibe up there. It's like a quick little shot from LA. It's like a little over 1.5 hours, whereas if you're coming from San Diego, you have to go through Orange County, you have to go through LA. You're sitting in like 3.5, 4 hours. Traffic on top of that could take longer. I've been up there a handful of times, and it usually takes a little longer than that. You want to go gamble, head out to Las Vegas for the weekend. It's real quick trips. You could actually fly from either San Diego or LA real quick. We do a lot of driving trips. So every year we have King of the Road, where we go out there in January for Martin Luther King week. And we drive from San Diego. It takes like 5.5 hours, whereas from LA, it's just right about 4 hours. So it's a little quicker from up there. And if you want to get to our local mountains, Big Bear is one of the big destinations up here. There's a nice lake up there. There's a few little resorts, if you will, little ski mountains. Nothing too crazy, but from San Diego, it's about 3 hours, whereas LA, it's like 2.5 or so, a little less than that. So once again, LA has that. So if you're going to any of those places, LA is a little bit more central. You could shoot off to a lot of other places. Up in LA, if you're flying anywhere, they have LAX, which is a huge international airport. They have 9 terminals, over 130 gates, whereas San Diego, a little bit smaller, easier to get in and out of, but they only have 2 terminals and just over 50 gates. So not flying as many places, but you could still, even in San Diego, you can fly to like Hawaii, you can fly to Las Vegas, like we said, to Utah, to a ton of other places. They fly a lot of spots, but LA is going to have more options for like some of those international flights.
And it's super easy too for international stuff. There's a lot of flights that you can organize that just fly you to LA and then on to the more international options. Thanks for hanging on till the end. We are at our last comparison between LA and San Diego, which is the breweries. And we can pretty much say that San Diego, we have this one beat. We are the capital of craft here in San Diego County. And a lot of the big breweries, a lot of the ones that are ranked really high in the nation are here local breweries. And so
the Brewers Association, they rank like the top 50 craft breweries, and San Diego has a few. Stone was ranked at number 9. Carl Strauss, which is like an old school craft brewery. They were like one of the originals in town. They're ranked number 40. Modern Times is ranked number 45 on that list. They also have they're brewing coffee. They're brewing coffee with beer, so they have a lot of options there. Green Flash is a local one. We got Version. We got a ton in Oceanside, in Carlsbad. They're like some hubs. Mira Mesa has a ton. So we have countless breweries. You're never going to run out of options here.
So as a whole, San Diego has 126 breweries. That's always changing, but somewhere around there, where LA sits around 92. Read an article that they're starting to try to push to have it be a little stronger up there, but it's going to be hard to keep up or catch up with San Diego.
So that's a little comparison of San Diego versus LA. Obviously, we don't live up there, so we're not in all the neighborhoods, but we do cover a ton of neighborhoods in North County, San Diego. So if you are looking for some more info on that, we have a ton of videos. We're dropping new videos every Tuesday. We have a whole playlist of all kinds of neighborhoods in North County, San Diego. So be sure to check that out. We also have a lot of things to do on there. So if you're looking for something to do or just kind of get a vibe of the area, check that out as well. And like I said, this is where we drop all things North County. So this is your first time, you want to learn more, we're dropping new videos every week. So be sure to hit that button right above here and subscribe, and hit that one to watch some more videos from around town.
If you're thinking of moving out to San Diego, definitely hit us up, call, text, email, and we'd love to grab a pint with you at one of the 126 local San Diego breweries and chat about your move to San Diego. We are both local realtors. I'm Cassidy Lewis.
And I'm Chris Erickson.
And look forward to hearing from you.